was your article that women who have broken bonds with their dad tend to be very clingy and like they become very insecure in relationships.
Yeah.
And they're always seeking approval from men.
The
Stuff
daddy,
like that.
yeah.
Whereas with the mothers, I thought I read it was they become very rebellious. You know, they go the other way because there's a lot of anger.
Yeah. The rebellion could also be the, like they feel insecure, so they need to rebel to find their own identity so that they can get back their identity. So rebellion
That makes sense.
is really about that.
More independence, right?
Yeah,
Trying
you
to
cut the cords, right?
Yes.
Yeah. You were rebellious, right? As a teen,
I was,
were you?
at the time I thought I was very, very rebellious. But now when I think of it compared to what other stories I've heard, it's like nothing. But
Okay.
okay, I guess in my household it was considered rebellious.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay. So rebellious
my
in
mother was quite strict
Okay.
on me, but different towards my brother.
Mm.
So my
You
brother could
rebel.
do no wrong. Yeah, my brother can smash up my father's car by not pulling up the handbrake and letting the door, he left one door open, the driver's door open. He didn't pull up the handbrake. He didn't even open the gate. So it's like that. The car rolled back the gate, yanked us this. You'll be like, bloody hell, you talk about this. Yes, the door almost, I don't know if it got ripped off or almost got ripped off. He just like, in a hurry, like whatever. He just drove into the driveway of our home, got out, went into the house, and the car just rolled back. I was watching TV. It was a Saturday afternoon. Then I heard this tremendous crash. It was like the worst sound ever, metal on metal. I was like speechless. And my first thought was, uh-oh, you're gonna get it.
How old was he?
He was 18.
Okay.
Yeah. So then, like that, right? My dad was napping. He didn't even know what was happening. He was napping. And then, of course, my mom ran out the kitchen and my brother, of course, came out like, oh no, what did I do? Then I was in my head, I was like, oh, gonna get it. You know, then my mom didn't scold him.
What?
My mother was like, okay, never mind. You better go and tell him now. Go and tell him, like, good luck to you. I mean, my dad was an angel. Okay, so it couldn't have happened to a nicer person in that if it had been someone else, my brother would have been, his head would have rolled. Yeah. But still it's damn scary, right? Yeah. To have to wake your father up to tell him what you did. And it was such a thing. It's not even like I couldn't help it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he did. And my father is the sort when he's very, very angry, he will just go so quiet. That is very scary. Yeah, he's not the sort who will scream and shout and whack you. He'll just like go really quiet and like this very deep hurt and anger. No, that makes you feel even worse. And then my mother will scold him like I was like, drama and all. Yeah. So that was the weird dynamic. You know, not that my mother was not good to me, but she really doted on my brother. But towards me, she was very strict. She was loving, but she was very firm with me. Yeah, correct. But my dad was very doting towards me. Yeah. So that was the dynamic I had growing up. So I did maybe become a bit rebellious. The sort that I would bang my bedroom door when I was angry, and then she'll come in and like, how dare you bang? There'll be like this big quarrel, and then she would, Whereas my dad would never, I was like an angel to him. So funny. So I'll never forget that incident about the car. And clearly my mother favored if it had been me, I'm sure she would have already started scolding me even before my father woke up. Yeah. It's like, how could you do this? Yeah.
I think the relationship between mother and daughters are in general very complex. It's very complex because it's not as simple as mother-son is like there's no hang up. But when it comes to daughters, it just gets very complex.
Trying to live their lives through us, that the lives that they never got to live or what, I don't know.
Yeah. In general, I would say yes, or the mothers are trying to control the direction the daughter should go because, they want their daughters to be on
turn out a certain way.
And not repeat their mistakes, so to speak. So it can get that way. But it wasn't the case with my mother. I mean, she was not with my mother because of the dynamics of her relationship with my father. Like, she could not really be that sort of mother she couldn't, she had no capacity to be a devouring mother, and because we were all tiptoeing around the narcissist, right?
Right.
So it was healthy.
Right.
It became like 4, so 3 girls and 4 against 1.
Oh, so there were 4 women.
So we had to tiptoe around so it was quite
interesting.
Yeah. But I was the most rebellious. Like I would, because I felt no one was doing it. Everyone was just pandering. Everyone was tiptoeing.
I see.
And so I was very rebellious.
Okay. For me, I guess it was not so much doing it for the sake of doing it. I just liked doing certain things, that she felt was wild or whatever. Yeah. It's just like, when I was growing up, I used to think I'm very, very wild. But later on, when I went to work, I was so mild. And it's just like in my household, it's so weird. Like nobody else, wanted to go to parties or whatever. So it was just like, okay, my brother did. So it's almost like my brother and I are like the 2 wild cousins in our family. Yeah. Everybody else is not considered wild. Yeah. And like we all wild. Like it shows the standard of wild in my family.
We had no one else to compare with, right? We can only compare with what we know.
Yeah. So like, my brother crashed the car. My brother smoked when he was a teenager. So that's like considered very, very wild.
Yeah.
And then I went for functions. I like to dress up, wear makeup. So that's like considered very wild. All right.
So funny.
Yeah. Perception and relativity, right? Yeah.
One has dementia, the other one is narcissistic. It's like non-stop.
Like, how can you not have problems? It'll be impossible. Yeah.
It's crazy.
So it's all in a day kind of thing.
Yeah, and sometimes it just gets too much, So yesterday was too much. And I went like, I left and then came back feeling like I need something
Right, to decompress and just get away.
I need a positive sign, So I took the dog out, and so we were walking, and I said, okay, give me a positive sign. And then I saw a pair of hornbills.
Oh, okay.
Really nice.
Do you know the significance?
I don't, but I feel like seeing something out of the norm from nature just helps to like, okay, that's nice, that's a nice sign.
Like a hug.
Yeah.
So are you going to tattoo the whole side?
Actually, the hornbills have appeared several times at different times. I think during COVID especially, there were no disturbances, right? I saw the hornbills a lot. But I haven't seen them in a while, except at the tennis court. So, and usually my area during the walk that I have with the dog, we don't see the hornbills. But, it appeared so unexpectedly. So that was nice. Yeah.
Are they the ones that have very long legs, skinny long legs, and they kind of look like that bird appears a lot in Chinese paintings? But is it?
No, the hornbill has this huge thing at the top.
Okay.
The beak is like huge, and in Singapore we have what is known as the Oriental pied bill. So it is yellow and white. They look a little bit like the toucan.
Okay, I was gonna say, yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like the toucan. Yeah.
But less colorful. They're like more white, yellow kind of.
Okay. So are the native to Singapore or not? Only the hornbills?
I don't think so. I think only the hornbill. I'm not sure whether.
So yeah, the Asian toucans.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, my friend spotted a few before near her place, and she took some photos. Yeah. Quite interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. I think they're a little bit vicious though, because I mean that's nature, right? They do eat,
they have to take care of themselves. So
so they do eat other birds. More birds. Yeah.
Predators and obviously carnivorous, right?
Yeah.
Or omnivorous. I guess they sometimes.
I think they're omnivorous.
Okay. Oh, they're predators. Okay.
I'm not sure whether they'll be in the category of birds of prey, like eagle or
a smaller class.
Yeah. But I think they do take, I mean, if necessary, right, they'll hunt down a small bird and
Of course. I don't know if I told you, I saw a crow trying to attack a baby dove. Yeah, in the air, in mid-air, just across my balcony. I happened to be sitting, on the couch. So I saw this like that. And then the crow flew, little bird plopped onto my balcony.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I was like, oh gosh, like what do I do now? It just huddled in a corner in a daze, and I didn't know how to help it. So I called Acres, and they actually came and set it free to take flight. Yeah. So the lady said it's just a bit dazed. Said it doesn't look like it's injured, or even if it is, it's very minor, because when she lifted it, it flew off, and she said that means they're okay. If not, they will not fly off. They will just So that was my encounter. Yeah. So she said, these crows opportunists, she said. Yeah.
Crows do that. Yeah. And I've watched them hunt. Like I'll stand there, with the dog, right? And then I'll just watch how they're very smart,
Yeah.
They'll circle, they'll distract the mommy and the daddy, right?
Yeah.
And then the nest is left open. They just go in for the kill. So they go after the tiny bird. Yeah.
But is it true if you stare at a crow, it will recognize you, and then it will always try to attack you when it sees you?
They attack you only if you do something bad to them. Yeah. They are also very good at, let's say you feed them, they will remember you, and they will return it with a gift.
Oh, yeah, because not like dead and mouse and.
So, they are scavengers, right? So
like
I've seen TikTok videos of this lady. I think she's been feeding the crows on the roof.
Cute. Okay.
Right, she put the food there, and they return with like jewelry, trinkets, and stuff. Yeah.
Grateful, they've got some gratitude in them.
Yeah.
So they're can be so mean.
Yeah.
I've seen a few of them try to attack a stray cat, a very elderly stray cat that lived like along this street. It has passed away already, but back then when I was very aged, when he came home like from his wanderings, right, then they will come and like irritate him, and
oh dear,
oh gosh, poor cat. And he would just like walk, he was like, oh whatever, I'm too tired.
Maybe the cat was very naughty years ago.
Maybe tried to eat one of them. Who knows?
I'm not surprised.
I didn't think of that.
Yeah, because crows do that.
Yeah, they remember.
Yeah, they're like elephants.
I once took a photo of a Asian female spotted koel. I don't know how to pronounce it. Koel.
Koel.
Yeah. Okay. It's an Asian koel, and it's spotted, and it's apparently only the females are spotted. Okay. It looks like a raven because it has red eyes.
Oh wow!
So it was perched on my frangipani tree. I was washing my dishes, then I was like, I saw this bird. It looks very fierce. The face is like really like a raven. The beak is like that, bent, and then the eyes are red, and the entire bird is spotted. So I was like, what kind of? It was very scary. And then the talons were like really sharp, and it rested there for quite a while, so I could take pictures. I will send it to you. Then I went to Google, and it's a female Asian spotted.
Wow. How big?
Not small. I mean, maybe the size of a small chicken.
Okay.
Like a kampong chicken or something. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm sure the wingspan might have been quite large. That I didn't get to see.
Yeah.
And then I get a lot of the green, yellow, like honeysuckle type looking bird. Yeah, they look like that, but I don't really know exactly what they are. Then I saw a very small one the other day. Yeah, it was just like buzzing around my lemon tree. So cute. And then of course my cats go crazy lah. Then I always tell them, no, you better not.
Do they try?
When the dove fell, I had to close the sliding doors, close all the windows. And 3 of them were just like, the glass, okay, true, sir, no quarrel. Of course, the 4th one was in the room because she's psycho, she doesn't come out. Yeah, like Netflix, no? 3 of them, very scary. But then there was a hawk that was on my neighbor's roof, which I was afraid for my cats, that it would attack my cats. So I chased all of them in and it closed the,
Yeah. Because they do come after small animals. Yeah.
And it was, I could tell it was like looking like, scanning, like, oh no, it's lunchtime.
Yeah. Especially little kittens, they do take them.
So light, right? They're like nothing.
Yeah, but that's part of nature, isn't it? Yeah. As much as we know we want to root for the underdog, right? We go like, hey, go, like try and escape the crow. But I mean the crow.
I gotta eat, but at least I pay you money, I give you jewelry. Sunday, I had to go for a friend's baby's 1 month celebration, which was quite nice too. Yeah. And then because it was held at her in-laws' place and they set up like little tables. So she placed me at this really fun table with her former colleagues. And this friend of mine from church is pretty young. She's in her 30s. So I was sitting among like quite young people, like millennials, and it was really nice talking to them. These are not the British types, like they really think about life and how to make Singapore better and stuff like that. Yeah, I think they're working for foreign affairs or something. Yeah, so one of those, not the frivolous millennials who want have an ambition of being an influencer, not that sort. Yeah. So they were even like thinking of starting a program to help aging people, things like that, like very thoughtful things. Yeah. And then to start a platform where citizens can put in, what are their challenges, what their struggles, so that the MPs at least have a good sounding board to know how to help the people whom they are serving. Yeah.
Okay.
So I thought that was quite nice. There was one particular woman who she left a very deep impression, and I asked her if she was thinking of joining politics, and I said that she should, because we need voices like that who really care.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she said, "You're the second person who has asked me. I've not really thought about it yet, but because people have been asking me, it has made me think that maybe I should." I say, yeah, if you want to change things, then you have to be in the middle of it. Yeah. The one that changes the policy or makes the policy, right?
Yeah. Okay. For me, if the socializing is usually the emotional energy that I feel, I get drained emotionally, and then I just need to like, okay, I don't want to see anybody.
Correct.
And I can do without socializing for weeks after.
Yes, same. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Anyway, but thank you for asking about my weekend. I hope your weekend was good too.
It was quiet. I spent Saturday just resting, just taking a break. And then yesterday I was working, and like writing and getting my week
that's
in
a
order.
lot.
Yeah, and I do have to get my week in order on a Sunday.
Thing as part of the church, we are very aware that the devil will hit the men first, because they know in a family, you bring down the man, everything will crumble. The mother can be a very strong woman. She will struggle to bring up her kids in the best way possible, but the brick is there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But if the father is strong, somehow the family will be very well intact. Yeah. But once you hit the father, that's it. It's like the foundation is gone already.
Yeah. You know why? When the father is strong, the woman doesn't have to be masculine.
Correct. Yes. And she can totally flourish in her role.
Yes.
The role she was meant to play.
Yes.
Correct. And not try to be a man too.
Yeah.
In a way. Yeah.
When the father is absent, forced to be both.
Yeah.
And this is where
compromised. Yeah. It's not her fault. It's compromised already. Yeah. This is the best we can do. Yeah. Really. Yeah. So we always pray for fathers. We pray for men, because they're not to bash them, but somehow they're quite weak in that way. So in a way, they are the foundation, and yet they can be the downfall foundation and the downfall too. Yeah. So they need a lot of prayers.
I so agree. And that's why you see a lot of like single moms, right, with bringing up her kids. Like she is super mom, right? She has to bring up her kids. Like maybe she has 4 kids or 5 kids.
You see a lot of that.
Yeah. But she will never be. There is always a sense of dissatisfaction inside, because she wasn't given the space to flourish as a woman.
Yes.
In the true sense of the
word. Like absolutely. Absolutely.
The struggle of having to be both masculine. I mean, all of us need to be masculine and feminine, right? I mean, this is the yin and yang in us. But if we to support a whole family, you have to be very masculine in order to go out and do that. Part of her just dies, if she doesn't know how to stay balanced.
Correct.
Do something about it.
Yeah.
that part of her will become,
it's unnatural. Yeah, the man is the head of the house.
Mm.
And that is how it should be ideally if he does a good job. Yeah. But then it's like your deputy has to do your CEO's job. It's not fair to her. And then be the deputy as well. It's then they overcompensate, one way. Like, okay, they become very strict on their kids.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, this has already happened to us. None of you are gonna go astray, okay? I'm gonna be like, and then all the aggression comes out, and then the kids feel so hampered, like, oh, my mom is crazy,
Yeah, exactly.
My heart breaks just talking about.
Yeah, the dynamics becomes, the imbalance stays a long time until she can find her way around it, and then when the children are able to get help also, to find their way around it, then they get back the balance, or else it's very difficult.
Like she'll always feel like, oh, I'm so vulnerable. It's just me. Yeah, I have to protect this brood, and she'll always be vigilant, over vigilant, never feel really safe, that her family is really safe.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
Yeah, that's why when we intercede, we always pray for single parent families. Yeah, because it's very different. Yeah, most of them are mothers.
Yeah.
Very rarely is the father the single parent. I mean, it happens. But and that's tough too. For a father to bring up a daughter, it can be quite hard. The things that they need to talk about.